Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Pashpika, the channel where we talk about the financing, NFTs and crypto. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some of the tips and some of the things that I learned across the road being myself an entrepreneur. So I'm going to be sharing artist or creative financing or money tips in this video. So if you are an artist or a creative person or a designer, this video will going to help you. It's basically entirely based on my experience and knowledge so far. So let's dive in. Before go park, consider clicking the like button, guys. I do really appreciate that. If you want more such video, consider subscribing, hit the bell icon. We upload video every single week. When we do so, you're gonna get notified about it. Disclaimer, everything that I'm gonna be sharing in this video are entirely based on my own experience and knowledge so far. So please take my advice with a grain of salt. I'm not a finance or tax expert. If you need any really a finance or tax expert in this area, please contact a consultant or an expert in this area. Anyways, if with that being said, I have other channel where I talk a lot about making money online as a creative person, as an artist. And if you're someone who looking forward to make money online as a creative person, make sure you check it out, that channel. The link is in description box below. Let's talk about the financing, the money tips for artists and creative people. The first tip that I have for you is always consider your art or your designs that you're selling in the online space as a business. This is a mindset shift because it's really important. Let's take an example over here. I'm going to take an example of a YouTube channel. I've seen a lot many artists starting with a YouTube channel, with the art channel, and they're taking it as a hobby. They're like, I'm going to do it when I'm going to feel like doing it. I'm going to do this day, I'm going to do that day, and they don't have a consistency. They're not really serious with that, and eventually later on down the road, they don't make that much amount of money because they wasn't really prepared for that. Because having a business is one thing and having a hobby is a one thing. You really need to take your art or creative thing, whatever you're doing, your designs as a business. If you really want to be a full-time artist, full-time creative person, full-time designer, this mindset shift is really important, guys, because when you're starting with anything in the online space and you are looking forward as a hobby, and then you're thinking that maybe if I can make some money from it, maybe I can sell them and something like that, and you're still taking it as a hobby, not as a business, the action steps or the decisions that you're gonna take will directly correlate to your hobby, not as a business. So if you're taking it as a hobby, then how you can be a full-time artist? Think about that. You have to take it as a business, then only your decisions, your action steps, everything that you're going towards to make it as a full-time will going to depend according to it. If you're doing it as a hobby, then we do the hobby when we have time. We do the hobby when we want to do it, okay? And business is something that you have to do each and every day or a consistent basis depending on your schedule and your routine. So this is a really important mindset shift that you have to do if you want to be a full-time artist or creative person or a designer. With that being said, the second tip that I have for you is getting started with the business and financing. Get your hands over that. I've seen a lot many artists fearing the taxes, fearing the finances, fearing the money. And I know that money is loading for a lot many people. Finances and taxes are loaded for a lot many people. So if you are someone, if you are an artist or creative person really looking forward to making money and becoming a full-time artist or creative person, then you really need to be okay with the money aspect, with the financing expert. Just be okay with that, whatever the things look like, okay? Give yourself for some time. Don't think that, oh, it's too much overloaded, I'm not gonna take a look at that, I'm gonna leave it like that only. No. I hate numbers, I fear numbers and all those kind of stuff. I get that a lot, guys, because I've seen this thing has been a common for so many people, and that's okay, okay? You don't need to beat yourself up, but just get started with looking at the numbers, okay? Maybe try it each and every day. Look at your numbers, how many sales you're getting, look at your analysis, look at your reports. Just do it because it's really important. If you are a business person handling a business, you have to be looking at your numbers. You can't be get rid of that, because without looking at the numbers, how are you gonna make money? Think about that. How are you gonna sustain your business? How are you gonna sustain your living with that money that you're making in your business? So you have to be okay with that. I know that finances, taxes and money are so much overloaded for a lot many people. They hit the thing across the table and they don't even take a look at that. That is really hurting your business. That is really hurting the way you are working everything in your business. Believes in all those things, but it's really important to look at the numbers and be okay with the taxes, money, and the financing. Let's move on to the third tip that I have for you. Always start with your budget planning, your finance planning, or maintaining a spreadsheet or a planner when you're getting started with making money. Okay, even if you're making a single dollar, even if you have made a $1 in your business while selling art or anything like that, whatever the amount look like, the amount doesn't matter over here. We are building in habits, we are building a principles, a discipline that will really going to help us sustain our business, sustain our living. Okay, so whatever the amount of money you're making right now, it doesn't really matter at the current moment, because you are a beginner right now, you're just starting. So I would highly recommend you to have a Google spreadsheet or Google Sheets or Excel spreadsheet, whatever way in which you can do your financing planning, your budget planning, whether it's a traditional piece of paper, whether you're doing it on your desktop or phone, application, software, whatever the case look like. Get started with the day one itself. It's really important to have a planning of your finances, planning of your budget. I know that the overloading of the money and finances is there. That's why I covered in the second tip. But in the third tip, you need to get started with the planning. You need to take it a look at this much you are making currently, how you can increase it, how you can sustain it, how much money do you need for your living to actually sustain via your business, how much amount of money that's needed, what are the things that you have to do, how you can cut on your expenses, how you can invest in the right way so that you can get the right results. There is a lot more there in the business, and finance is not just about a planning, but you can get started with the small basic things when you are completely a beginner and a newbie, and that will really going to help you. Fourth tip that I have for you is do the monthly reports. Yes, you don't have to do that ideal monthly reports of 6 and 7 pages and something like that. No, it's that for the big companies. We are small businesses. So what you can do, have a monthly reports, look at the sales, look at the analysis, what are the things that are bringing you the sales, what are your expenses, what are your investments, what are you investing in. If you have bought a new camera for your YouTube channel, if you have bought a new mic, you bought new equipments, or you bought a new art supplies, or new paper or new printer, whatever the things look like, just look at the monthly reports and do that monthly reports, whether on a traditional piece of paper or whether it's on desktop, phone, application, software, whatever the case is. But just do this monthly reports, guys. It's really important. I try to do, in fact, I do on the spreadsheet, because I feel like on the Excel spreadsheet, everything is crystal clear and I can just edit it the way I want to, and I maintain that. Well, on the first month when I made that first dollar, it was in the March of 2020. That was really an amazing and awesome feeling. I get started with the spreadsheet, even though in that month I made few bucks only, but I get started with the spreadsheet and I started maintaining the records. Until now, I can see for entire 2 years of my records have been maintained in that spreadsheet. And whenever I want to look back at any previous month and I want to do the monthly reports, or I want to do some kind of analysis, I can go back to that month and can look at the numbers. Because if you're not maintaining these monthly reports, it would be very hard for you to actually file the taxes when the tax seasons are coming. I've seen a lot many people going with the taxes at the very late, where the really late, when they are having a deadline, and then they are rushing the stuffs. They are paying huge dollars, huge thousands of dollars to the CPA agents or something like that to get help from them, because they have messed up with their taxes, because they haven't done the proper thing in the very beginning. They haven't developed the habit or the discipline or the principles for their business that can help them pay the taxes on time without getting messed up. So have that report, have that stuff that will going to help you have your taxes, have everything in organized way, and do that on a monthly. It makes some sense for the small businesses, because you have to cut down on your expenses as much as you can so that you can increase your profit, and you can actually make good amount of profit from your business when you're a small business owner. Later on, you can hire the people in your business once you're making good money. Last tip that I have for you is also really important. Just understand or try to learn the taxes, finances, and money. Yes, it may seem counterintuitive. Just Google the terms if you don't know anything about it. If you don't know how to pay the state tax, how to pay the federal tax, how to pay the income tax, or whatever it is, it's just an example. Just Google it and just learn more about it as much as you can. Learn about these things, because the overloading will only going to go down once you learn about it. Once we know something, we don't feel scared about it, we don't feel afraid about it, because we know what the things are and how it works. Now we can do it because we know about it. For example, you know to speak in a certain language, so you don't feel overloaded because you know how to speak in that language. Okay, the same thing we have to do with the finances, with the money and the taxes. We need to learn as much as we can and just be okay with the process. Sometimes you do mess up, sometimes you organize it. That's completely normal, that's completely fine in an entrepreneurial journey. That's okay, but try to learn as much as you can from the finances, money. Just Google the things out, because right now we have a social media, we have an internet, we can do whatever we want to do. We can search and learn whatever we want to search and learn on this planet Earth. Okay, so just Google it and learn as much as you can. So once you have an appropriate knowledge for any particular thing, you would be okay with that, and you wouldn't feel scared or you won't feel loaded with that, and you would going to have definitely an amazing, a successful business, because now you know what to do. Now you have learned it, you have the skills, you know what to do, the right things, you know how to pay the taxes, you know what are the tax rate, you know all those things, you know how to maintain your finance, your budget planning, your spreadsheet, everything. So learn as much as you can from the Google. Don't burn out from yourself in the process of learning. Just do each and every step each and every day. Just take one thing to search on a Google each and every day, learn from it completely on that day, and then the next day pick up something new, and so much, and pick up something new, and so on and so forth. You can go forward in an entire 365 days. You can literally learn 365 things for business, finances and taxes. That's a way more than you could ever think about it, and you can become really a good business person, really a good finance expert by learning all those things. So just Google it. You can learn 365 things in a year. That's a lot many things. Okay, and in a year or two you will be able to learn a lot many things, and then you would be able to deal with your finances. And yeah, hopefully this video will going to help you dealing with your finances, with your business and all those things. As a creative person, as an artist, let me know what you think in the comment section below. How are you dealing with your finances, with your money, with your taxes, as a creative person, as an artist, as a designer? I would really love to hear from you. And if you have any tips for me, let me know in the comment section below, because it will really going to help me as well, and other people will gonna read your comment. Anyway, that's being said, I'm gonna see you in the next week's video. Till then, take care. Bye guys.